Our spotlight story tonight is about cows and how much they eat. A new study could help ranchers and farmers improve productivity.
All eyes are on this herd of cows. Scientists from the Australian research body, the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, are using sensor technology to find out how much a cow consumes. They're interested in how this translates into the amount of meat a cow packs on over the course of its life. It's hoped that understanding a cow's eating habits will lead to better management of cattle and a more efficient use of grass. Paul Greenwood, a scientist from the New South Wales Primary Industries Department, says every move and every sound is being watched and recorded.
The cattle that we have here have what we call a smart ear tag with a range of sensors on them and other devices to allow us to transmit data. And we also have a sensor on the halter of these animals so we can pick up things such as sounds associated with grazing to allow us to characterise the amount of time animals spend grazing, the selectivity of animals within the pasture sward, and other behaviours that might be associated with the amount of feed that animals consume.
Cameras have been installed to help scientists link the data to cow behavior. IT specialist Phil Valencia says they're watching every step the animals make.
We've never been able to look at animals and herds of cattle and sheep for long durations and get this level of understanding of what they're doing on a microsecond by microsecond basis.
Greenwood says it's the first time such research has been done with animals in the field.
Most of the work that's been done so far has been done in pens and usually fed, I suppose, diets in a more artificial situation, which doesn't necessarily relate to animals out in their grazing environment.
After calculating how much they eat, this herd will be followed through to slaughter. The meat the animals yield will be carefully weighed and balanced against the amount of grass they consumed in the field. Ian Purvis is an animal sciences expert from the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organization. He says using the results of this study, scientists will be able to breed more efficient cattle.
It's really challenging research. I mean, it'll take us 5 years to get to the point where we've got the information to enable us to select the most efficient animals. And ideally, the way that will play out is that we'll use DNA technology to select those animals, having identified the DNA variants that are associated with the more efficient animals in terms of feed intake.
Let's hope the next study will take grazing cornfields and sagebrush into account. We'll be right back after this.